Flip Scipio. I repair guitars, build guitars sometimes, and I'm here with my dear friend, longtime associate and resident Canadian genius, Linda Manzer. Did you right away connect with the instrument so deeply that you just felt that you could just do this? Or let me put it this way, did you ever think you'd be doing this as long as you have?
I went to 2 different art colleges before I found, and I also was sort of a failed folk singer, and I was in the woodworking shop making dulcimers as a hobby. And I was painting. And then one day it just occurred to me that to combine all of those things, everything that I love doing, was making guitars. So I sought out a teacher, and it was Larrivee who I found. It was 1974, and I remember he told me he didn't want to hire a woman. I said, why, on the phone, and he said, because I'm a sexist pig. And
he actually said that?
He said, I'm a male sexist pig. Whoa. But in the background, I could hear his wife laughing at him. So I thought, well, he can't be that bad.
Right.
So I got the interview, and I walked up the stairs, and there was one of his apprentices sitting with a lamp, a cup of tea with steam coming off of it, and he was sanding with a little stick of sandpaper a classical guitar head. And he looked over at me and he said, oh, hello. And as soon as I saw that whole image, it was like a bell resonated. I knew I wanted to do this. Like, it was so clear that all paths in my life had led to this moment. Right. And I apprenticed with him for 3.5 years, and he ended up being not a sexist pig at all. He was actually really a great employer, and he was a great creative guy. But it really was never an issue with the other guitar makers, it was with the players. When I first started, I had a couple of people say they wouldn't buy a guitar from a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they still playing?
No, I killed them.
Well, at least like
no,
step on a finger or something.
I don't know who they were, but you know, again, it was a different era.
Could you describe a little bit of your thought process in designing these amazing instruments?
Well, just to tell you about the baritone, for instance. There was actually no acoustic baritone guitar. That didn't exist when somebody asked me to build one that had a longer scale.
Right.
This is Pat Metheny's baritone. It's got a wedge, so it's skinnier here, wider here. So I thought, leaning it back a little bit, you'd have a little bit of an aerial view of what you're playing.
And only when the guitar is strung up completely, then you suddenly hear this, and it's tuned and it resonates, and you know, it's really a magical moment in building a guitar, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's always a surprise, and I've tried all sorts of strings over the years, and because I make so many weird, unusual instruments with strange requirements, I've had to work with various people who make strings. I've tried everything pretty much, but one of the great things about D'Addario strings is the consistency. I know what to expect, so the variable isn't going to be the string, it's going to be my guitar.
Right.
It's a great way for me as a builder of guitars to measure my own work.
Well, you know, you're still pretty unique as being independent and being a woman and being very successful and having, you know, gathered the respect of like everybody who sort of knows about guitars, which is really fantastic.